Cheers for now.
To greed and plunder. What's happened to our park? Our very special park, created for the people's recreation. Now it's concrete and cement, so many $1 million spent just to please the multinational corporations. No, it's not about a race, not just about a race. It's more about the mighty, mighty dollar. Where we used to have a park, a people's place, a nature's ark. Now there stands a monument to greed and plunder. What's happened to the trees, those proud and noble trees, that for more years than we know we took for granted? They've been ripped out of the ground by those money-grubbing clowns, and it's tarmac in its place that they have planted. No, it's not about a race, not just about a race. It's more about the mighty, mighty dollar. Where we used to have a park, a people's place, a nature's ark. Now there stands a monument to greed and plunder. What's happened to our peace, our chance of quiet release from the noise and hubbub of our busy city? Now you can't get through the day without earplugs, so they say, and the cracks in houses don't look very pretty. No, it's not about a race, not just about a race. It's more about the mighty, mighty dollar. Where we used to have a park, a people's place, a nature's ark. Now there stands a monument to greed and plunder.
Papua! Papua! Papua!
Good afternoon and welcome to the
Voice of West Papua on 3CR Community Radio
on 855 AM
or 3CR Digital and streaming live on 3cr.org.au
every Monday from 6:30 until 7 p.m.
Rise of the Morning Star campaign aims to bring hope and encouragement to the people of West Papua in their fight for freedom. Currently, the campaign is seeking 10,000 online signatures to challenge the Australian government's silence on human rights abuses in West Papua. To sign the petition, log on to www.petitionbuzz.com/petitions/Rise of the Morning Star. That's Rise with a Z. Add your signature and support the people of West Papua's struggle for independence. Rise of the Morning Star campaign is a 3CR supporter.
Good evening and welcome to the Voice of West Papua on 3CR Community Radio on 855 AM, streaming live on www.3cr.org.au. The song we heard before is called it's sung by the Sam Kapisa. It's live version, so it's in Biak language. So it's pretty much the meaning. It's all about family, and also the Rise of the Morning Star, a peaceful non-violent movement based in Melbourne, aims to break silence and genocide in West Papua through music, film, and social media to strengthen the civil engagement, justice, and freedom to the people of West Papua. Check them out at www.riseofthemorningstar.com. It's Rise with a Z. And in the studio with me, we have Ronnie Kareni, who just came by all the way from Sydney, yeah. And also we have a student activist, Maria Wali, who was born in Wewak, I believe, in Vanimo, as a refugee. So welcome guys to the Voice of West Papua, and good to see your faces again.
Thank you.
Yeah, how's your day? How's your day been going?
Yeah, it's been good so far. Well, regardless of the weather conditions in Melbourne, as well know that it's been the weather has been ups and downs lately, and we have been having rougher and fall weather in one day, but apart from that, it's been great.
And Ronnie, did you have a good weekend?
Yes, very much. A busy weekend. I was up in Sydney with a great bunch of musicians and artists. Awesome to have. It's the Sing Sing family that we partake in one of the great festival called the Message Sticks Festival in Sydney, actually at the Opera House. So we did a showcase for 3 nights in a row. And last night was the big one. And so today we were on the road back from Sydney here. So and then I just only had a couple of hours nap and then just came here. But overall I had a pretty good weekend.
Thank you. This afternoon we are going to talk about the West Papua campaign that has been highlighted by the media in recent weeks around the world, and also we're gonna be discussing about the recent arrest that's happening in Yapen Island in West Papua. But first, we're gonna listen to an interview that the Voice of West Papuan crew did with Herman Wainggai. He's the West Papuan leader and the founder of the Voice of West Papua radio program, who is now a visiting scholar at George Mason University in Washington, D.C. Also, there's an interview with Amy Frisa, a senior student at George Mason University and a member of Free West Papua campaign in Washington, D.C. They're gonna talk a bit more about the Free West Papua campaign in U.S., also about the upcoming event on 27th of March, which is gonna be on Wednesday. So here's the interview.
Being away from the community in West Papua, but also with the friends in Australia, living here as one person, but I'm sure that international campaign is growing, so I'm not living by myself to promote the struggle of West Papua by peaceful means. We have some friends, they are concerned about the issue, so I'm glad that this time we can get connected again with this Voice of West Papua, so I can tell a little bit about what's happening here in the United States. Yeah, since I've been in Washington, D.C., start last July in 2012, I have spoken to many U.S. citizens here about how West Papuans have been deprived of our basic human rights for nearly 5 decades. I was surprised to learn that most American ordinary people or most American students have no idea about what is happening in West Papua, even where it is geographically located. So the question becomes, how do we reach the ears of the 300 million Americans? I'm pleased with my academic program this time while I'm in Washington, D.C. at George Mason University. it was fortunate to me as well to experience academic as well activist challenge. What I mean is, academically, I was challenged to conceptualize issues of West Papuan struggle and Indonesia. I need to write papers and share to different people, and I am also be available for lecturers and also for students interested in this issue or areas. I have been asked to talk about the implementation of the right of self-determination within the framework of human security with an indigenous people context. So for next coming event on March 27, I believe this meeting will make an important contribution to the American students discuss on the concept of the right of self-determination. And we all know about the Covenant on Civil and Political Rights clearly intends to make the right of self-determination applicable to the citizens of all nations, including West Papuan, so they can fight for their right or to determine their collective political status through democratic means, because all aspects of indigenous people's right of self-determination are crucial for human security condition in West Papua. So being here as a visiting scholar to share the ideas of non-violence resistance in West Papua to different students and being around academic area, it's being enjoyable to me to share those kind of ideas with friends. My goal is, how can we educate the people about the current political situation in West Papua? International awareness is very important for us as West Papua, especially here in the United States. We need to tell the ongoing human rights violation in West Papua, sharing this kind of situation to our friends here in the United States, and working together with the American friends also is like one thing I look at that is very important for us as West Papuan. So they can be voice of West Papuan here to tell the government about what's happening in West Papua. Recently, we just started the Free West Papua Political Prisoners campaign. The aim is to campaign to internationally, also asking the U.S. government to advise Indonesian government to immediately and unconditionally free all West Papuan political prisoners and its military occupation of West Papua. So I think that's our goal for educate people about it.
And here's the interview with Amy Fraser. She's the senior student at George Mason University.
Hello, my name is Amy Fraser, and I am an international studies major at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia, in the United States. Herman and I are working together, and it's part of field work for me, but also just being able to help him in what he does every day, because I genuinely want to support as much as I can. We're working together as nonviolent activists from the area, and he's been going to New York, he's going to Florida soon, and also to California, just trying to educate young people, college people, and get them all together. And we think the more concerned American citizens we can get speaking out, the more voice we can give to the West Papuan people. We are in the process of making a website right now. And also we have an event coming up at George Mason campus that we'll be having, and Herman and myself will both be speaking. And I just sent letters to Congress, all the Congress representatives from Virginia and Washington, D.C. in support of freeing the West Papuan prisoners and being educated about the West Papuan struggle and about what's happening there. That's what's going to make a change. As West Papuan political prisoners campaign team, we think that the more concerned people we can get together in support of the West Papuan people, we can gain leverage and encourage the U.S. government or other non-governmental organizations to support our cause. And basically to just assist the West Papuan people in any way we can. They've been oppressed for over 50 years. I think that I can influence my Congress members and influence the government here and influence the people here to make a change. A really good first step would be to free these nonviolent political prisoners who are suffering in prison unjustly.
Thank you. The event that you just heard before, it's going to be held on the second floor of the Johnson Center. The GMU senior Amy Vrisa will give a speech about West Papua and her experiences learning about the issues that faced there through working with Herman Wainggai. She will especially be focusing on the importance of informing the American people about the struggle in West Papua, and she will also introduce non-violent West Papuan activist and former political prisoner Herman Wainggai. Herman will focus his speech on his story and the stories of his friends and families in West Papua, as well as explaining the culture shock that is being faced throughout the transitioning from West Papua to Indonesian jail to Australia and to Northern Virginia. So we'll invite all the Americans that listen to this on the internet. So, and speaking about the Free West Papua campaign, especially throughout all the universities and schools and amongst the students, I'm gonna throw out the question to Maria because she's a student. She just graduated a couple of months ago. The West Papuan campaign is growing in different places around the world. So Maria, as a student who's been living amongst Free West Papuan activists and also growing up in a refugee camp in Kiunga, the western province in Papua New Guinea, how important it is for students in general and especially to West Papuan students to take part in this Free West Papua campaign?
Well, thank you very much for the question. I believe it is so very important for the students to participate in this campaign, especially it's a non-violence campaign that has been going on lately, because we see that the aim of this campaign is to tell the world about the ongoing struggle and ongoing human rights abuses that is going on in West Papua. Human rights abuse is, it covers a lot of things that is currently going on in West Papua. Well, one of them is a genocide, and the other one is littering of every parts in West Papua. Anyway, just got back from West Papua a couple of weeks ago, and just a week before I left West Papua, there has been a massive rain that poured, and due to there has been flood due to the rain that has been pouring down, and it has been the flood pretty much destroyed the West Papuan people's garden, and especially the lake that has been polluted by all the garbage that has been thrown away out of the city and the sewage pipe from the resident in West Papua, especially in this Jayapura Regency in Sentani. Anyway, it's been a pity to see that, because as a student, I feel that it's our responsibility to tell the people that, it's a major concern, because if we keep doing that in, pretty much 10 years' time, we won't be having a clean water. And as a result of that, West Papuan people will easily get some killer disease and, fades one by one.
Thank you. Indeed, and the students pretty much have a huge responsibility in maintaining the to create better life in West Papua. So feel the same way. We'll be discussing about the recent arrest that happening in Yapen Island in West Papua after this short break.
The voice of West Papua rock.
As a West Papuan living in Australia, I can sit down and while I'm cooking dinner, listen to the voice of my people and also give the opportunities for my children to be able to listen to it and to our awesome music that's coming out of our country that you wouldn't be able to hear on commercial radio.
We love the voice of West Papua. Brilliant show, great hosts, fantastic information, and we love the voice of West Papua.
Welcome back. You are still listening to the voice of West Papua on 3CR Community Radio on 855 AM and also streaming live on www.3cr.org.au. On March the 18th, 2013, West Papua Media and the Voice of West Papua on 3CR Media Partner released an article with local sources in Yapen, North Island in West Papua, about the ongoing repression on peaceful dissent and acts of torture on civilians by the Indonesian police in Yapen, drawing sharp reaction from West Papuan pro-independence guerrillas who have captured and carried out an arrest of the local police chief for human rights abuses committed under his watch. Details have emerged from the remote island district that the North Yapen sector chief of police, Bribka Saimima, was apprehended in Yobi village outside Seri just after 9 p.m. the local time on Wednesday, March 13, by a small group of men led by local pro-independence West Papua from West Papua National Liberation Army, Commander Ferdinand Warubai. The apprehension of Bribka Saimama was carried in retaliation for his alleged involvement in continual violence against Papuan community members carried out by Indonesian police officers on duty in Yapen Archipelago, according to the TPN spokespeople. According to TPN sources, another reason for his apprehension is the detention and torture carried out by Polres Yapen officers against members of the TPM held at the Polres Yapen station, the local police station. The local activist sources have told West Papua Media that their demands surrounding the release of Saimima are nothing more than basic bail condition for any criminal suspects. It is not known for Warubai's men if Warubai's men have demands to hand over Kapolsek Saimima to human rights prosecutors. An unlikely tactic given the lack of trust the West Papuan people have for human rights violations being successfully or honestly prosecuted under Indonesian law. However, Warubai has attached clear political demands to the arrest. Warubai claimed responsibility for the arrest of the Kapolsek of North Yapen, telling West Papua Media stringers by phone that the objective of the hostage-taking was to demand the release of all Papuan political prisoners in all prisons in in Indonesia, including particularly a local activist named Deki Makabori, who is imprisoned in Sami Polres. So it's been an interesting week to know that there's a huge sort of like event activities that's been going on in West Papua, and linked to that what the Herman Wainggai and the Free West Papuan campaign at the Washington leading up for the on the 27th about the event. They're gonna be talking more about the free political prisoners. So may I ask Ronnie, what's your response for this?
Well, pretty much as we've known in going back to the article about the situation I was faced here in Yapen, as we are aware, because of these ongoing acts of torture and repressions against the local peaceful activists, but also the civilians, and that has led to this incident that happened. It's pretty much a statement back to the Indonesian government whether are they really serious in addressing the ongoing political rights of the people of West Papua, and also considering a lot of the political activists who are being detained, and they spend like more than 6 months behind bars without any conviction, and then further charges will be laid, and in the end they face more than the life, like pretty much the time that they have to spend behind bars. So with that come in mind, like this is crucial time that the Australian government or through the regional governments have to be very serious in terms of their discussion with the Indonesian government and have to really address these ongoing human rights issues in West Papua, but fundamentally bringing up the rights of the people of West Papua to see what is best for both the Indonesian government and the people of West Papua, that both could benefit out of this ongoing issue that we face, that a lot of the Papuans